You think you've seen it all. Another post-apocalyptic world. Another sword-wielding warrior. Another flashy trailer. But what if I told you? You haven't even scratched the surface. Beneath the polished chrome and neon-soaked ruins of Stellar, Blade lies something unexpected. A fight that isn't just against monsters, but against the creeping void of meaninglessness. And here's the thing. You won't find that in the demo. No trailer, no preview. No headline prepared me for what was waiting a few hours in. Picture this, a lone figure, Eve, descending onto a broken earth, Blade humming softly, shadows shifting with every step. Around her, silence. Inside her, doubt, and ahead. Creatures born from mankind's worst nightmares. You're not just here to win fights. You're here to carve out a reason to fight at all. Stellar Blade is far from perfect, but it's one hell of a ride, and if you think it's just another action game, think again. Because the moment you lock blades in this world, something changes, and by the time it does, you won't be the same. She was built to fight, programmed, sharpened, dropped from orbit like a blade through fog, and what she found was a world already lost. Earth is a corpse now. Twisted remnants of cities claw at the skies. The ground is scorched, the air thick, with echoes of what once was, and stalking the ruins are the Nightibas, grotesque biomechanical nightmares that prowl with a hunger you can feel through the screen. You are Eve, humanity's last scalpel. Your mission, hunt the Alpha. Nightibas, the apex predators poisoning this world beyond saving. But the fight quickly shifts, because amid the ruins you stumble upon something even rarer than clean air. Survivors. A fragile spark of civilization clings to life in the shadow of annihilation, and as Eve becomes entangled with these remnants, their fears, their fragile hopes, the mission starts to change. This isn't just about killing monsters anymore. It's about whether there's even a reason left to fight. Yet for all its beauty, the story often stumbles. Some dialogue lands flat. Some moments miss the mark. But when the world opens wide, and you catch that first blood-red sunset over a broken skyline, you'll feel it. A haunting question pulsing beneath every step. What are we fighting to save if nothing is left to save us? The first blade swing feels light, too light, almost like the game is testing you, daring you to think this will be another hack-and-slash affair. Then the first parry lands, steel clashes with sinew and bone, a flash, a roar, a split second where the world slows, and you feel it, that electric pulse running from your fingers through the controller. This is where Stellar Blade hooks you. You're not managing stamina here. You're managing rhythm, flow, precision. Every light strike, heavy blow, dodge, and parry isn't just an input. It's a conversation. One where your timing is the language. And the enemies? They're fluent. Some attacks demand perfect parries, rewarding you with brutal counter windows. Others pulse with eerie blue or purple signals, inviting you to time a dodge so perfectly that Eve vanishes, only to reappear behind her prey with a kill shot ready. Add in ranged options, a transforming gun drone on your arm, and cinematic burst attacks that erupt from your blade in desperate moments. And suddenly every encounter feels like a scene from a movie you control. But here's the truth. The game doesn't hold your hand. It demands mastery. And when you deliver, you'll grin like a lunatic. Because for those precious few seconds when you're locked in, blade flashing, enemies staggering, you are unstoppable. And that feeling, you'll keep chasing it. Fight after fight. It starts off simple. One enemy, one blade, one goal. You feel strong. At first, your strikes land clean. Your parries echo like war drums. But then, the game smiles. Suddenly, it's no longer one enemy. It's 3, 4. A shifting tide of claws and blades that force you to move, not just react. Stellar Blade is a masterclass in escalation. The further you push, the sharper it demands you become. Mini-bosses appear as skill checks, brutal teachers that punish sloppy reflexes and reward precision. You'll hit moments where progress halts, where you question whether you've mastered parrying or merely survived until now. And when you do overcome that wall, the rush is addictive, but don't expect fairness. Facing multiple enemies exposes the game's few rough edges. Lock-on can feel sticky. Eve's ability to shift targets isn't always fluid. Combat shines brightest in one-on-one clashes, where timing and instinct dance perfectly. Yet even in chaotic brawls, there's opportunity. Beta abilities can clear space. Burst attacks turn tides. And the deeper you delve, the more the game dares you to perfect your craft. One truth becomes clear. This is not a game you can button mash your way through. You will be tested, and when you pass, you'll feel invincible. You catch your breath between battles, sword lowered, pulse still racing. And then, the world unfolds. Stellar Blade offers more than combat arenas. It gives you space to wander and wonder. Towering city ruins stretch beneath blood-red skies. Deserts shimmer beneath dying suns. Forgotten labs hum with ghostly echoes. In these moments, the game seduces you with its art direction. You'll stop mid-stride, camera tilted, just to drink in a view that feels plucked from a dystopian dream. But here's the paradox. Beneath the visual splendor lies a strange emptiness. Exploration can be rewarding. Hidden upgrades, rare materials, even cosmetic outfits that transform Eve from warrior to fashion icon. Yet too often, these journeys feel hollow. Side quests drift toward busy work. Fetch this, fight that, retrace old steps. Some environments dazzle in stillness, but play like looping corridors. And then there are the puzzles, tedious, forgettable. Speed bumps in a game built for momentum. You'll crave the next fight, the next thrill, because too often exploration lacks that same pulse. But here's what keeps you going. Every so often, a journal entry, an NPC quirk, or a stunning landscape whispers, there's more to this world than steel and ruin, and that's enough. Just enough to keep you moving forward. No blade is flawless, and Stellar Blade, it shines, but not without cracks. You'll feel it during certain moments, when the momentum stalls and the immersion breaks. First, the instant fail sequences. One slip, one mistimed button press, and it's back to the start. These moments, meant to heighten tension, often frustrate more than they thrill. Then there are the platforming sections. You leap, you climb, you repeat, but it lacks the precision and flow of the combat system, leaving these segments feeling like filler in a game built for speed and impact. NPC interactions can be equally uneven. 1 minute, a quirky vendor draws you in. The next, a flat conversation drags you out of the world. It's a tonal tug-of-war. Glimpses of brilliance pulled down by mediocrity. Even the sprawling environments can betray their promise. A breathtaking vista gives way to repetitive maze-like corridors that sap the sense of discovery. Yet here's the paradox. For every stumble, there's a spark, a clever enemy design, a haunting journal entry, a perfectly timed parry that reminds you why you're still here. Stellar Blade trips, often, but when it stands tall, blade in hand, it's unforgettable. When the dust settles, when your blade cools and the echoes of battle fade, one question remains: was it worth the fight? Stellar Blade isn't perfect. Its story wavers. Its pacing stumbles. Some moments frustrate more than they inspire. But in the heart of combat, when every parry lands, when every burst strikes true, it sings. Those are the moments you'll chase. Moments where instinct and steel blur, where you lose yourself in the dance of battle. And sometimes, that's enough. Not every game needs to reinvent the genre. Sometimes it just needs to make you feel again. The thrill of the fight, the tension of survival, the beauty of a broken world still worth saving. Stellar Blade delivers that, in flashes of brilliance through the cracks. So if you pick up the blade, know this, the fight will change you. And when it does, you'll remember why you play.